Sutton, no!
Come on, man! Get off his feet!
Look at the three of you, eh? A weakling and a boy. There's only this maniac who knows anything about him.
I saw you, maniac!
You want to keep tight hold of your friend. He gets any closer, I might have to shoot him. Man's got a right to defend himself.
Man's got a right, eh? And what right have you to come and get off me? To come in here and take whatever you fancy.
If you keep asking stupid questions, you're going to get an answer you don't like.
Let him go. It can only carry so much. Besides, he won't be back. He knows we're onto him.
Oh, this was your big idea, was it? Let him come in here, take whatever he wants, and then tell him not to do it again? Oh, you've been reading too many Bible stories.
Mr. Sutton, please. We don't want anyone to get hurt.
Aye. You want to listen to your friends? We can all get what we came for if you can behave yourself for the next few minutes. Get over there.
Lay still.
We'll see to him, lad. And if I see you coming after me, you'll get the same as him.
Just wait a second. Just make sure he knows he's not following you, and then get the police.
Go for Mrs. Sutton, lad. She knows I'm here.
Come on, Sutton. Stay with me.
Well, I'm not going anywhere else, am I?
Come on. Just finish the story about the border collie.
What? All right, well, this dog comes into the shop.
Yep, his border collie.
And she comes up to me for, like, some meat, right?
2 pounds of steak meat and 4 pork chops.
That's right, so she runs out the shop and I'm right surprised, so I follows her all the way up to your place.
Oh, it's a paradise.
And she goes to this door, stands on her hind legs, and lifts the knocker with her nose. Once, twice, 3 times. And this bloke comes to the door. Get in! He snaps. Never mind, I says to him. That's some...
Oh, aye. He says, 3rd time this week, she's forgotten her keys.
I'm so sorry.
Don't just go out there and find whoever did this.
Come on, son. We better find a police constable.
Will you leave me, Bob? Oh. You promised you'd plant those hyacinths. I was going to do that now. You promised there'd be flowers in the spring.
Thank you for coming in today. Please. Thank you very much, Mr. Sutton. Gentlemen, please.
Well, have you caught him? When's the trial? He's got to hang for this.
I'm afraid there is no delicate way to say this. We simply cannot take this case to trial.
What?
I understand your frustrations, Mrs. Sutton.
Oh,
I do.
no, I doubt that. I really do.
Why can't you take this case to trial? Cowell and I have supplied you with what eyewitness testimonies.
We're very grateful for your cooperation. You've both been most helpful.
Just not helpful enough.
It's not that, I'm afraid. We can't confirm that the man you alleged committed this awful crime.
Noble. Joseph Noble.
Yes, that's right, a Mr. Noble. We can't confirm his presence at the cooperative building on the night of the incident.
But we saw him, both of us.
Yes, you say that you saw a man wearing a slouch hat, carrying a bag with a false beard, a stick and a lantern. He was tall, heavy-set...
Joseph Noble. He lives 2 streets away from the co-op. Everyone knows he's a wrong-un.
That's as may be, Mrs. Sutton, but someone has vouched for him. I'm afraid that even if you two picked him out of a lineup, it would still be your word against his. It wouldn't stand up in court, sir.
So there's nothing we can do?
Without additional evidence linking him to the crime scene, I'm afraid not. I understand you're upset, Mrs. Sutton. Would you like a moment alone with your companions?
Oh, I'd like a moment alone, all right. With a scoundrel who did this.
Mrs. Sutton, I will have to caution you against that.
Forgive her, officer. She's upset. She doesn't know what she's saying.
I know exactly what I'm saying, and I don't need the likes of you to say it for me. Someone is going to hang for what that scoundrel did to my Joe. Someone is going to hang. Joseph Noble.
Never heard of him.
The hell you haven't. You heard the one about the bitch in the butcher's shop. Oh! You see, trouble with a pound of flesh is it's not enough. It's not enough.
Listen, lad. Somebody walks into somewhere with a gun, somebody's getting shot. There's nothing you or anyone else could have done about that.
Enough of this nonsense, son. Now, where's home?
Oh, no, there has to be a way. There's definitely something I can do. I know there is. I just have to think.
Gentlemen, if I may, have you heard of the story of Sodom and Gomorrah?
What?
Sodom and Gomorrah? 2 cities consumed by sin. Oh, shameless they were, sinning morning, noon and night, in every way you can imagine, in every conceivable fashion.
Oh, aye. What we're talking about here, like?
Never you mind, sir. The point is, they were rotten to the core. The stench of depravity stung to them like coal dust to a miner. And so the Lord decided he was going to destroy both cities. Now,
Right.
Abraham, he bargained with the Lord and he said, if he could find just 50 good men between the 2 cities, would the cities be spared? And of course, our good Lord said yes. So Abraham pushed him. What if he could find 45, 40, or 30 even? In the end, the Lord agreed that if he could find just 10 good men, both cities would be spared. Well, Abraham sent his nephew, Lot, and God sent some of the angels. But when they got to Sodom, they could find no good men at all. In fact, the only men they did find insisted on sinning with the angels. Even when Lot offered them his innocent daughters, which I've never quite understood, to be truthful. Parenting attitudes must have been very different back then. Look at Abraham.
Hang on a minute, Pet. What's this got to do with anything of this?
Sir, the road to wisdom is rarely a straight line, if I may.
No.
You were just up to the part where all the bad men were sinning with looks as buxom young daughters.
Boy.
Sir, they were not buxom, they were children.
Hey.
Oh. Scoundrels. Villains. Destroy the lot of them.
Quite. So, the angels bade Lot and his family to leave the cities. They knew that the Lord was going to rain down fire and brimstone. And they warned Lot and his wife and his children to leave and not look back. And so they fled the city. But as they were running, they could hear the sounds of destruction behind them and the screams of the damned. And Lot's wife, she couldn't help herself. She turned round. And like that, she was turned into a pillar of salt. Do you see?
Nope. Completely lost me, Pet.
No, I think I get it. You're saying the wrong people went to Sodom that night. Like, maybe if God hadn't sent those angels, then the men would have listened. Like, if he'd sent some dirty old quarrymen or something.
No, that's not the point at all.
Oh, no, I think you're onto something there, lad. Those angels were too tempting for the wicked men. So if Lot had gone by himself or with some less appealing companions, the cities might have been saved.
No, that's not what I meant.
And maybe it was the same at the court. Maybe if there were different people there, the noble would have listened. Like Mr. Sutton, he was as stubborn as they come. There was no way he was letting Noble out of there without giving him what for.
Well, maybe if Patterson had stayed home and left it to someone who could handle Cowell.
Hey, listen you, Patterson's in the ground. Have some respect.
Look, I'm just saying, sometimes you send an angel. Sometimes you send the other bloke. You know, the guy who throws massive rocks around for fun, he's from Bladen. How many people do you know who hoy rocks around for a lark?
John Fish?
John Fish, that's him. Sometimes you send him. Then we'll see who's up for a bit of sinning.
Well, that's a thought. Oh, man, I don't know. Should I have got Mr. Sutton to stay home that night? Or Mr. Patterson?